All right, y'all. I know this is last minute and everybody is not on here yet, but I just found this information out literally like man, couple minutes, like maybe 10 minutes before I got on here. Y'all, I cannot believe this. I am just sitting here shaking. I am shaking because I cannot believe what I just heard. I cannot believe what I just heard. I cannot believe what I just read. Okay, I just can't believe it. And I'm trying to see y'all. Y'all wanna? Okay, so look, let's just what we're gonna do. I'm trying to think how we're gonna proceed with this. I just got a message. Let me read y'all the message that I got. Okay, on my YouTube channel. Let me read this to y'all. This is just I don't even know what to say. Okay, this is what this is I just found this message, okay? It says Sisters International announced this morning that another woman from America who was originally from Sierra Leone has died in the Gambia. Unlike others, she was not a member of Sisters International. According to them, she lived alone. Her name was Mary, y'all, Nappy Locks. So, for y'all who don't know about Nappy Locks is the salon that all those repats that I've talked about on this channel go to. That's their hairdressers. They all go to that salon for some reason to get their hair done. Okay. Well, they used to. I don't know. When I was investigating them, they were all going to this Nappy Locks salon because this salon even came up several times in my conversations with the snitch in the Gambia, okay, which is Happy Companion. And he was writing me pretending to be a woman, okay? So, let me finish. Mr. Mosley has an interview with her on his channel. Sisters International did not mention the cause of death or illness because they don't know. Because if there's no autopsy being done, guess what? Nobody's going to know. And that's the truth of the matter. Nobody's going to know. So 1 second, we're going to watch this video that they released, of course. The queen, it's always the queen in the Gambia. Hold on, y'all, I got to plug this up. It's always the queen in the Gambia, done passed away. So we're going to look at this video they just put up. Well, they put it up some hours ago. And I'm trying to find that one. I don't think. Okay, hold on, y'all. Yeah, I'm literally shaking. When I tell y'all I'm shaking, after I read Mr. True Serum, he's the one who told me. After I read that, you guys, I literally just started shaking. I went to their channel, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing, that title. And then I said, this can't be true. This cannot be happening again. We've been all over this. Nobody's going to dare. Nothing's going to happen. The Gambia's going to chill for a minute. No. Ain't no chill. Ain't no chill in the Gambia. Ain't no chill. But I don't see people demanding an autopsy. Nobody still. Let's play the video. Let's play the video. Okay? So we can hear all the I'm sorry's. I don't hear, only person I hear outraged is me. That's it. Nobody else is outraged. Nobody else is upset. But first I want to say, they did say she had a husband who was in the United States. And I do want to tell her husband, if you ever run across this video, which I'm sure you will, because I'm sure Sisters International is going to send it to you with a bunch of lies about me attached to it. So I want you to know that I do these videos out of respect and to honor the women who have lost their lives in the Gambia. Because I personally think there's something strange going on when 6 women die back to back to back to back to back. And I think this one was in her 40s. I'm not sure. I just think there's a problem when that happens and there's no autopsy. I think there's a problem, and there's no talk screen. I think that's a problem. And then the community is not outraged. I think that's a problem. So that's why I do these videos. That's why I do these videos. Because nobody's going to sit up and say, oh, nobody said anything, because that's a lie. Because I was outraged. Kiki was outraged about it, and she's still outraged about it. Because now I feel like they're just laughing at us. Like the joke's on us. Like, we don't care. We don't care. We don't care if y'all know. We don't care nothing. She has a husband in the United States. So let's get back to this husband in the United States. So, sir, I want to say to you that I am not trying to do this just to, cause you pain, because I know you are in pain. But no, I don't want your wife's death to be in vain. And I would advise you, if you don't want to hear about me talking about this subject, to just don't watch the videos, okay? Just don't watch the videos, because I'm not going to stop talking about this subject. So if families, if they bother you when I do this, don't watch the video. That's all you got to do. Just don't click on my videos, all right? Because I'm going to talk about this. All right, so let's look at this. Let's check these out first, y'all. So places and spaces, yes. Yes, another one had just died, not 6. So that's 4 or 5 in the Gambia, or 4 in the Gambia alone. 4, 5, 6. 4 in the Gambia, 1 in Nigeria, 1 in Ivory Coast. Okay, that's the ones I've talked about. Because this is how I'm keeping track, because there's a video. So the ones I've talked about, there's 6 of them. 6 of them that we know about. Y'all don't think there's more? Y'all don't think there's more that we don't know about? And let's see. So, yeah, there's another one, places and spaces, another one. Do you think it might have something to do with the water or the diet? This woman wasn't no, she was I thought they said 40. No. I think it's something more sinister than that. I think it's I don't like you. I think it's I want something from you. I think it's I want what you got, and I can't stand you. So I know how to deal with you. That's what I think it is. That's what I think it is. But I don't know. Nobody know. And guess what? We're never going to know, because you know what? The way to know, nobody's lobbying to get that done. Nobody's raising money to get that done. Sisters International claim they do so much for women. As you can see, I can't make videos about them because there's nothing they do. We've talked about everything they do. They're just a YouTube channel that just started in March. There's nothing. She does nothing. If she was doing so much, this wouldn't be going on. They would be at the embassy demanding change. But how come they're not doing that? How come they're not doing that? How come they're not doing that? How come they're not raising money for she got all these connections. She got all these groups. I do this, Sisters International does that. Sisters, blah, 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 blah. But where's the money? Where's the money to help these women? You do so much. You such the savior for all the women in the Gambia. And if she was Sierra Leonean, she was not African American. You don't even know the difference. I think she wants to be called what she is, which is a Sierra Leonean. Okay, I think she wants honor to her ethnic group, not to be called someone else's. But now I understand, because people don't know how to use that term, African American. Y'all just call anybody that. This is an African lady. I believe I know she says Sierra Leone, and I think she's married to an American man. I think that's how it goes down. But this is not an African American lady, which they got that wrong. But see, they don't know nothing about us. Use terms willy-nilly to get people all confused. But nonetheless, this still is a woman who's passed away in the Gambia. All right. And this woman is married to an American man. So he has a right to demand that something be done, that some investigation be held. Oh, thank you, Trish Sharon, for telling me, because the goofy ladies, the goofy girl group Sisters International, they rarely put anything up there. So I got tired of checking on them because they don't put nothing up there because they don't have anything. They don't do anything. So when I found it, when I saw your comment, I'm just really disturbed, y'all. I'm really, truly, truly, truly disturbed by this, because if people think this is normal, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. No way can this be normal. No way. No way can this be normal. No way can this be just what happens. This woman was 40 years old, in her 40s. All right. The people going to her. Let's watch the video. I don't even want to talk no more. Let's just see what Sisters International say. But before I do that, y'all know I got to put up this fair use clause, because we're going to be looking at other people's videos and we're going to be commenting on those videos, okay? Because we want to comment on those videos because I want to know how you guys feel about what is going on. I want to know how you guys feel about it. What do you guys think? What do you guys think is going on over there? Y'all think this is normal? What we seeing? 6 people, and this woman, all the women have passed away have been fairly young. Okay, they haven't been what I would say, were just old and you were expecting them to pass away. No, these were all fairly young women who just passed away. This one is really young. So let me put up this fair use clause. So I think they were all around the same age. And remember, y'all know about nappy roots. Nappy locks, is that the name of it? Y'all remember nappy locks? Y'all remember Emily that came on to my show? Y'all remember Emily who talked about hold on, y'all, I'm trying to make sure I got it up here. Y'all remember Emily who came on the show and was talking about Eric from the soul food joint? Remember that? And was telling us about nappy locks, that Eric was having an affair with some woman from nappy. Oh, this video ain't gonna be monetized. It's too messy. YouTube don't like messy videos, y'all. They don't. They not gonna monetize this in a minute. They're gonna let me go on for about 5 minutes. And then they're gonna say, oh no, we're not monetizing this one. So I'm trying to keep it clean so they will monetize it, okay? So hold on, let me show you. Let's put this up here. Let's get this up here. Let's put this fair use stuff up here so people can see it. Let me go back to the comments. Places and spaces. This is past awful. I'm speechless. When I tell y'all I'm shaking, I'm shaking. I'm shaking. Because I can't believe it. We've been going crazy on YouTube about these deaths in the Gambia. And it's like somebody is laughing at us saying, oh, we don't care. We don't care. They're going to keep on dropping like flies. Literally. Literally. There's no network in the Gambia. These women come on here and lie to you. Sisters International, they lie. They don't live there. They just got back there, y'all. They just got back there. Now you see they're making these videos, okay? They just got back there. There's no network support group for you there. And they need to quit lying to you, telling you that it is. Because it's not. It is not. There are a lot of deaths, but you and I know Africa, especially places like the Gambia, is hard, yes. If not, yes. Now that, she ain't lying. Africa, extremely hard on your health. Extremely hard on your health. Extremely. But these women weren't sick. These women weren't sick. This lady, nobody said this lady was sick at all. None of them I have gotten. The only one who said she had some type of illness was, what's her face, y'all? Beverly. That was the only one. And even with an illness, y'all, there's autopsies that are done. even when you pass away from an illness, because they need to know the cause of death. They need to make sure somebody didn't give you something to help expedite you leaving here. Because there's such things as people making money off you passing. People can do that with life insurance policies, okay? That's why we make sure. We want to know, how did you pass? What was the cause of death? None of these people we know the cause of death. Not one. But these repats in the Gambia go on living their merry lives. And I don't know how. I don't know how. They're not outraged about it at all. We're about to look at the video and see she ain't outraged about it. Not at all, honey. Not at all. Oh, you know how they talk. Another sister has passed away in the Gambia. I'm not sure, but I do know about spiritual work. Yeah. And that's what y'all need to understand, what y'all dealing with when you're dealing with the Gambia. When you're dealing with Africa, point blank, period. That's what you're dealing with. Because if you think for one moment, them Africans are sitting over there saying that this is natural, honey, you better think again. Them Africans know what's up. They all know what's up. They all know what's going on here. Everybody know what's going on here, except for us. We still want to act like we don't know. The repats in the Gambia want to act like we don't know. We don't know. They're just passing away and we don't know. But come to the Gambia. Come to the Gambia and be a part of Sisters International. That's all they know. That's all they can say. That's all they can say. That's all they can say. Can they tell us what's going on? Nope. Can't tell us that. Have they demanded for autopsies to be done? Nope. Can't do that. Have you went to the embassy and said we need tox screens done on all these women? Nope. They ain't done that. Nope. They ain't done none of that. They just made a video. They made a video. That's what they did. And other nefarious stuff. Nefarious stuff. What?
What are you doing?
Something happened. I had to do a live video. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, something
This
big.
is not acceptable.
Something big happened in the Gambia. I'm sorry. Can I have something to drink? Greetings, Kiki. Hope you are well and on the mend. Yes, I am on the mend. I am on the mend. I'm on my way back. So let's check out this video, their announcement, y'all. Let's check out their announcement about these women passing away, this latest one. And we're going to stop and comment on it because I can't show it like that. And plus, I want us to comment. So type your comments and I'm going to stop and we're going to read them and talk about this together. No, I want water, please. I'm sorry. Okay, y'all, let's go. See, AA Queen. You know what? Let me point something out to y'all. I was just on another channel, right? I was just on another channel and they were talking about African-American, the term African-American. And they don't like when, they don't feel like we should be called African-American because the term is misappropriated. Like everybody uses that term. You know, like an African who comes to America calls themselves an African-American. That is not an African-American. That is not an African-American. An African-American is an African who descend from America's slaves, the enslaved Americans. That's what an African-American is. So why she's calling, this is what I see. This is why they don't like that term, because people just use the term. This is confusing. This says an AA lady, so you thinking it's an American lady. It is not. She's Sierra Leonean, and I'm sure she want to be called what she wants to be called, because I would want to be called what I am and not what you think I should be called, because you don't know what an AA is, period.
Welcome to Sisters
International.
I'm Jeanette.
And I am Binta B.
And I'm Binta.
Welcome to our channel.
No, you're Velma.
We're here to make a very sad announcement. We've just been informed that a sister in the Gambia, she's not a member of Sisters International, but she's still.
But look, you notice who informed you. They never tell you who informed them. Who informed you? Who informed you? I told you where I got my information from. I said Sisters International. Yeah. They seem to get the story. They seem to get it all the time. And how, I don't know. We're still trying to figure out how they know. That's what we want to know. How do they know? How do you know?
Still a sister in the Gambia. All the sisters that are in the Gambia, all the women in the Gambia, we call them sisters.
Yes.
And we have a network within the Gambia. So information travels, and it travels to people that we know, and they let us know, and we let you guys know. So the information that we have is one sister in the Gambia has passed away
This morning.
Well, she was found this morning. So we have no details of when she passed, but she was found this morning because she didn't turn up for her work.
Yeah, and
so okay. Y'all think that was right there? Y'all think that, so that means she wasn't sick? That means she wasn't sick. They was expecting her to come back to work today. Today's Tuesday. They was expecting her to come back to work, business as usual. So right there, we know, people, she wasn't sick. They weren't expecting her to pass away. Nobody was expecting this. But she gone. She don't come to work. People wondering where she at because she didn't come. Stop, Kiyomi. People wondering where she at because she didn't come to work.
And her workers were concerned because she's normally the first person there.
Somebody went round to check on her, and she was found deceased. We don't have details. We have details, but we don't have details because the details that we have not been verified and confirmed. So we now have to be very careful with information that we put out there that we've been told. So we need to then await for the
You're not going to have
authorities or her family to let everybody know the situation and the circumstances.
Now listen to that. Where in the world do the authorities and the families let everybody know? The authorities are not going to come on YouTube and let us know. The authorities are not going to make an announcement. YouTube is not going to, the family's not going to go on YouTube. When your family members pass away here, do you go on YouTube and let them know? You don't. You do an obituary and that's it. You don't go and do what they're they're going to go and they're going to announce. No, that's not going to happen. Nothing's going to be done. If this husband does not demand and pay for it himself, because he got to pay for it, nothing is going to be done. Nothing. Just like all the other ones, nothing. These people right here are just going to make another video, or they're going to make another announcement telling us somebody else has passed away. And while nothing is done.
Yes.
So because we don't have nothing factual now, we have to be very careful what we're told.
But without an autopsy, people, once again, you are not going to have anything factual. You're not. Without an autopsy and a tox screen, you will never have anything factual.
Unless it's factual, then, we'll wait for you guys to hear it from the family members. Yeah. But what we do know is she has a boutique and it's Natty Locks, and she's the owner of Natty Locks. What is her name? Is it Mary?
Mary's her name.
Mary. So a lot of people might know Mary because she has, I think it's one of the only diaspora locticians in the Gambia, based in the Bruford area. So a lot of you might know of Mary.
And again, this is the shop that the repats go to. All them scam and repats I talk about on this channel. Yeah. Remember Eric and Nicole? Remember Eric was going there to get his hair done? Get his hair did? Remember? That's the shop. Remember that the girl Eric was having a allegedly affair with? Worked at that shop. Yeah. A lot of these people were connected to that shop.
Or know her as Natty Locks. I know her as Natty Locks.
We know her as Natty Locks, yes.
Yeah. So we're very, very sad with this news. People have been trying to get hold of us all morning. We've been very busy.
Now, see, there she go again. Acting like she's just so important. People have been trying to get a hold of her this morning, all morning, to let them know that this lady passed away, and they've been very busy. Why do people need to get a hold of her? She's not going to do nothing. This is all a lie. She wants y'all to think she's important, but she's not. This is just like what happened to me, how True Serum just told me. Somebody just told her the same thing. So she needs to quit acting like Sisters International is this spokesperson, this spokes group for the women in the Gambia, because they're not. They're not. The streets are talking just like the streets are talking here. That's how she's getting her information, just like I do.
And
she doesn't have any source. She doesn't have any information, any secret information.
You just heard this afternoon what has happened.
Yes.
So
just to let you know, this is what we know. And like Binta said, we can't give you anything else apart from what we've heard until the authorities and her family let us know the circumstances of her passing.
And I know it's going to come as a shock to everybody, to a lot of people, and it's very sad, very sad. Another sister has passed in the Gambia, and when we say another sister, they're not all members of Sisters International, but Sisters International try and create a network within the Gambia, and within that network, when somebody can't find somebody, or they've not had contact with somebody, they ask us.
Yes.
Do you know anybody who knows this person? Does anybody in your network know this person? Or can somebody go around and see if...
And that's a lie. She doesn't do that. She tells us she does that, but that's truly not what Sister International does. No, they're very cliquey and they only deal with certain people, okay? Like I told you, I've had 3 women in the Gambia who were in desperate need of help. Desperate need of help. Sisters International was nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. There's a lady who's in charge of she's a member. She was a member of this Sisters International group. But when I released all those leaked messages that one of her friends sent me, then she closed down the group. So if you're so into these helping women, why are you closing down groups? You shouldn't be saying things in groups that you don't want people to know. So she obviously didn't want y'all to know the truth about what was going in the Gambia, all the robberies, how it wasn't safe. Remember? She knew these 2 broads, these 2 dusty, dirty broads, look at her hair. Look at this woman's hair. And y'all believe in it. This woman don't even take the time to get her hair braided in the Gambia. And it's cheap. It's cheap over there. And these are the people that y'all listening to and y'all believing. Look at these women. These are the women that y'all following. And y'all are believing them. This is unbelievable, people. This is unbelievable. This woman don't even care enough about herself to get her hair braided properly. You think she care about you?
If they can see this person, because nobody's heard of them. We think it's a positive network.
It is.
Because many women are away from their families and their friends. And a lot of women are living in the Gambia
alone,
on their own.
Yes.
So without a network of friends that say, can you go and check if I haven't...
But that's not what they do. That's what we talk about on our channel, the network. We talk about the network. This ain't a network. This is not what they do. This is what we said that they need. But this is not what she does. She's a liar. And the truth is not in her. They don't do nothing but go to the beach with bumpsters. That's what they do.
I heard from Janet for a few days. If I'm not in the Gambia or I'm not in Janet's area, I would like to go to a network of people and say, can you check on
Janet?
Janet?
Always looking.
We've not heard from her.
Yeah, what's going on?
And it's important. It is, and we don't want it to stop in a sense. We want the network to continue. Because in the UK, the US, Canada, Jamaica, when somebody doesn't see you for a few days, what happens?
Someone will come round or someone will pick the phone up.
This is how you know they sit up and watch our channel, y'all. They sit up and watch us. They're probably watching us now. They sit up and watch us and say, oh, that's a good idea. Oh, I'm going to steal that and say that's my idea. Lady, y'all not talking about this. This is not what y'all do. There was a woman clearly on your channel saying she wanted to join. Look at this hair, Lord Jesus. This woman wanted to join Sisters International, but y'all wouldn't even respond to her. You wouldn't even respond to her, Velma. You wouldn't even let her join, Velma. So please quit acting like you're down for the women and you're cool with everybody, because you're not. Like I said, you won't even let them Gambian women do your hair.
We haven't seen you. Is everything okay?
Yeah, or somebody picks the phone to a friend or a network and say, "Oh, can you check on this person? Or has
To make
anybody
sure
seen this person?"
that you're
Even the other
fine.
day in our
These
group,
are
we had
lies.
somebody ring and say, "Look, I've not heard from this woman. I don't know where this woman is." And we kind of responded to her, "Look, here's her husband's number, or have you phoned
I just can't even
her
believe
home
it.
number? You know, she's gone. She's not no longer in the Gambia. We've heard she's gone back
She's
home."
gone home.
So it's important to have a network. We're not the be all and end all.
No.
No, you're
We're a very
nothing.
small
They're not the
network in
be
the
all
Gambia.
end all. They're nothing. They just come on here and pretend to be one way, but they're not. There's no support. Ladies, there ain't no support network for you in the Gambia. Gentlemen, when you get over there, there's no support network for you. You're on your own. Don't believe these ladies. Do not believe what they're telling you. Because as you see, that's 4 women in the Gambia, 1 in Nigeria, and 1 in the Ivory Coast. That makes 6 women. I have told y'all about in less than a year's time. So if you think you're safe, you better think again.
There are quite a lot of networks in the Gambia. There are a lot of groups in the Gambia. There are a lot of US groups. There are a lot of diaspora groups. There are lots of groups in
The people I've talked to who were in trouble in the Gambia, yeah, there were no groups. I've not heard them tell. Only I've heard one person's name come up to me constantly to say that this person helped, and that was Awa from Our Journey Towards Eden. And I'm not lying to y'all because I don't have a reason to lie. The only woman whose come up continually, that when my back was against the wall and I had no place to go, they didn't say Sisters International. They said Awa. They said Awa from Our Journey of Eden was the only one who reached out to me and helped me. So all this that she claims she doing, what's she doing it? Because the women who need it, she didn't do it amongst them because they told me it wasn't her, it was someone else.
Gambia. So we're a small network, but as a network, this is how we want it to work. When something happens or somebody is worrying about somebody,
there's someone else there.
Continue to ask the sisters, ask people in the Gambia. Have you heard from Janet? Do you know how Janet is? Has anybody seen Janet lately? That is important for us to do. Yeah, because we're a small group in the Gambia. The Gambia, is Gambians, yes, and the diaspora is raising. It's becoming larger and larger and larger, but we're still small at the moment. So it's important for us to look out for
the diaspora. There's no community amongst those people. I'm telling you, there's none.
Each other. Now, we've had quite a few sisters who have asked.
Yes, we have. And it's a natural thing in any country. But because we're a small network, it seems a lot closer to home.
Yes. And it feels a lot closer to home. And we are going to do a live talking about this because I know there's a lot of things that have been said that are true and untrue. And some of the women that have passed, like our dear Veronica, we knew her personally.
That's right.
But other women, we didn't know them personally. Dr. Beverly, I knew her personally because she's our neighbor.
Now look how she lied. She gonna say she didn't know these women personally. Then she come right back around and say she knew them personally. She just said she knew Veronica personally, right? Then she said she knew Beverly, right, personally. Now listen,
she lives in the same village as us. So others we don't know personally, but as a network, it's good that all sisters get to know each other and get to know who they can call on. If it's our network, continue to call on our network. If it's another diaspora,
okay. Let me
network,
see if she's
call on that
network else because this call on the network.
On your sister.
This. Okay, let's stop here. Let's stop because I'm just getting heated and I just need to take some comments because I can't even believe this. Kiki, I was wondering about Sisters International YouTube cover photo. It's odd. Yeah, it is odd. Everything about them are odd. Everything. But I can tell you one thing. They are not what they want you to believe that they are. Okay? They are not helping keep women safe in Africa. That is a complete lie. Complete lie. Because I've been searching for what they do. And they do nothing. I showed y'all what I found Nothing. This the registration. The registration. Or she just registered this business in March. And then she had a dinner last year when the business wasn't even registered. Then she had a dinner. She collects money. That's what she does. But she wants to be this in the now. She wants to be this social organ. But when she came there, she was hosting parties. Okay? She didn't even come there with you in mind, Sisters International. She came there, she was an event planner, hosting parties, planning parties. Now she's saving the world. Good to know you're doing, yes, I'm doing much, much better. Much, much better. Now she's saving the world, y'all. Now they're out here saving all the women in the Gambia. A man's foot and what looks like a fire on top of, I saw that. But you know what? I never did bring that to y'all. That I think they're into animism. Okay, because their girlfriend, what's that chick's name? The one, Asia Afrique, okay? They all went on a trip. I'm going to show it to y'all. Let me show it to y'all right now. They all went on a trip to, to this village to practice animism. Brooklyn Knox, that's her name. Beautiful, take Kiyomi out. They all went on this trip to see this anime stuff. Okay, I think they were practicing animism or trying to. Okay, animism is very difficult to understand, but it's like the traditional belief system for West Africans. Okay, is this the? Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if this is the channel, because one channel I was meaning to show y'all this. When I've been checking them out, I found that they've been getting into some really, really interesting spiritual practices. And they all went on this little field trip together. Let me see if it's on this one. Okay, let me make sure y'all can see it. All right, let me make sure it's on this one. They went on this little field trip. And animists believe that everything has a spirit pretty much, okay? And that everything is alive. You know, you can use things for good or you can use things for evil. See, here it is. This is what they were trying to practice. I believe all of them were in on this. See, animism for beginners. Okay, look at this, y'all.
And then, of course, the base of it looked like an elephant foot. Right? The elephant toe. Yes. Around. And look at the little bone twig holding up this big tree. Whoa, do you see the beehive?
Yes.
I need to see that.
Oh my God.
You know the power. But that is what looks like a real elephant head to me, that part.
Okay, so this is some
with a
trip.
beehive, that could be the ear, and then the eye right there. This tree right here.
This is some trip they went on. Oh, that's a huge beehive. Where they were going to, let me go back.
It splits.
In the back, the one in the back is like.
So see, this is the one where they're going. They're practicing this. They're getting involved in stuff that is really dangerous. Animism is very dangerous. So they're in this forest and they're going to see this man in this forest, okay? And the man is teaching them about traditional African spirituality. They go home and they try to practice this. Oh, let me go back to the beginning. They go home and they try to practice this stuff. And I believe that this is what's going on with them. That this animism, these spirits, this animist spirits have gotten into them and they have just taken hold of them. And they don't know what to do because they don't know how to control the spirits that they've unleashed inside of them. Yeah, this is where they go and do some kind of to learn about it. Yeah, okay. So that was my one lead, and that picture that something was going on with them. And then on their channel, they went to go visit this weird man who's really into all these different spiritual beliefs. And that was another reason I'm like, they're into animism. That's what we're talking about now. Hi, Lady Bird Lee. Did Kiki already talk about the person who passed away? Was it another African-American female expat? Well, Sisters International, honey, don't know what an African-American, she don't know the definition of an African-American, okay? So that's the first thing. It was, the lady is married to an African-American man, but the lady is from Sierra Leone. And she's the owner of I think Nappy Locks. Is that what y'all call it? Nappy Locks. She it's a hair salon in the Gambia where these repats, these scamming repats, the ones who be trying to practice witchcraft, yeah, that's where they go, to that one. That's the hair shop. Eric goes there. Remember Eric, y'all, from the soul food joint? Remember all the stuff we heard about him? Yeah. He's supposedly he had a girlfriend up there he was dating. Hey, Alexis. Supposedly he had a girlfriend up there he was dating. Supposedly. We don't know. This is what Emily was telling us. Lady Bird Lee, she probably an American citizen, but yeah, maybe so. She didn't say. But when I hear them talk about the lady who at the hair place, because I've heard people talk about this salon when I was doing, different reports on the Gambia. This Nappy Root salon comes up a lot. So the lady is Sierra Leonean. She's not an American lady at all. I didn't even know she was married to an American man. After living there, she moved to the Gambia. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know about any of that. I just know what I heard is that they did not ever describe her as African American, except for these women. She's always been from Sierra Leone. For your awareness. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's what they told me. She was an African lady. And I'm not saying the lady who passed is the one who was, because she has a husband, but somebody in there was Eric's supposedly girlfriend. Eric and Nicole, he was cheating with somebody in that Nappy Locks place. I was late to the broadcast. I hope to catch up later. Oh, no, we're still talking about it. We just started talking about it. Yeah, we just started talking about it. Yeah. So she, this Nappy Locks place is a place where she owns. She owns it, and a lot of them go there and get their hair done. Thank you for your, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, because I just can't sit around and just let these ladies just, their deaths just go in vain. I can't do that. She's heard something. She's just learned to shut her mouth. Yes, she's heard a lot. Because what I've heard from goes on, just from people who go to that hairdresser, to that salon, the people who go there, what I've heard happens, it ain't good. It ain't good. Dusties. It is not good, honey. It is not good at all. Who made her? Yeah, that's what I want to know. The town crier. If the lady just passed, her family may or may not know. Oh, yeah, exactly. They probably know, though. They probably know. But that's horrible. That's just horrible. That's how you know something happened, because they was expecting her to come back to work. Hello, Tyron. They was expecting her to come to work today. So everything was fine yesterday. She get up today, she don't show up for work. Why is it Black Americans can't build their own stuff in America? They can. I think we can. We want to try something new. I don't think it's that we can't do it. I think we're just interested in expanding our horizons. That's the way I think they're thinking. I don't think it's like we can't build anything here, because we built a lot here. To say we can't build anything here is not true. We built a lot here. We've done a lot here, a tremendous amount. Like when my African friends and my friends from other countries tell me, when I think of America and when I think of all the famous people, when I think of all the greatest singers, all the greatest athletes, all the greatest freedom fighters, Those are African Americans. Those are all black. I'm sorry, not African Americans. Those are all black Americans. Those are black Americans. Yes, those are the people that they think about. So we've done a lot for this country. I just think we just say, okay, well, let's go try something someplace else. But you got to be careful where you're going to try this at. That's the problem. You can't just jump up willy-nilly and go try something new someplace you've never been before. Why are we putting alleged African slaves who sold their relatives to be blood sacrificed in America before our own people? Good point. Good point. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know that. I don't know why they're putting African slaves who sold their relatives to be blood sacrificed in America before their own people. And that's historical facts, people, because that's what happened. If you think that we were just being kidnapped and white people was just coming over there taking it, it didn't go down like that. No, it was a free trade. We were freely sold and traded to Europeans by other Africans. Africans ran this trade, okay? So that's the truth. Stop, Kiyomi, that's the truth. And he's right. They sold their own people. And that's the problem I have. How do you sell your own people? How do you ever come back from I sold my own people? How do you come back from that? I don't think there's much coming back from that. I don't think there is. Yep, I don't think there's much coming back from that. Beautiful. Come here, come help me move this stuff. I don't think there's much coming back from that. Is there a link to do you want to come on the show? What you mean? Do you want to come on here? There's a link if you want to come on. Is that what you asking? Do you want to come on and talk? Okay, hold on.
Back in here?
No.
Or you want to lay down?
No, I'm still on live.
Oh.
Hold on, let me put this link in here. Okay, so the link is right there if you want to come on here. So let's go back to what's the next question we're looking at here? Are you serious? There's something wrong with the mail lady. Okay, yeah, I am, Edger. I'm not gonna just let that go. They think I'm just gonna let that go. They are wrong. I'm not. Because I told you, at this point, I just feel like people are laughing at us. I really do. I feel like somebody's just laughing at us. Saying, oh, okay. In the room. I'm on live. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I gotta reposition myself. And I told y'all, he needs a little slow down now. But I'm getting better. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. I got these little technical difficulties here. Hold on, y'all. I ain't at my normal duty station. I guess it is. They're all right there. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I am going to cry out loud. I'm not going to just let this go. I'm not going to just let this go. Because since when did black women's lives don't matter? When did that happen? Somebody please tell me, when did the world stop caring about black women? When did our lives become nothing? Because that's what this is saying to me. The black women's lives are nothing. We could care less. We could care less about them passing away. You know, that's the message I'm getting. We could care less. The more she report, the more lives gonna happen. More lives gonna pass away. The more she talk about it, the more it's gonna happen. And still no answers. Still no answer. Still these people still sitting in the Gambia not saying nothing. Still sitting in the Gambia not saying a word. Not saying a word. Not doing nothing. And you ain't got to come on YouTube and do it. Nobody said you had to go on YouTube. I'm looking. Okay. Oh, here she is. Okay, hold on, y'all. I found her. Mr. Mosley did a video about her. So let's look at her. Wow, this is so sad. This is so sad. Hold on, y'all. Let me put this video up here. Yep, here she is right here. Wow.
We are not.
Hold on, I can't just play the video like that. See, that's Mr. Mosley. She do somebody in there does. I don't know if this is her, but he gets his hair done there.
This is Natty Locks Boutique, and we are on Bruford Highway, about 200 meters away from a Right Choice supermarket.
fii mooy Natty Locks Boutique ñu ngi jong after turntable soo fekkee yaa ngi dem Tanji after turntable immediately after Right Choice 200 meters Jumbo Junction bala nga àggaat Gamtel Junction bi foofu la ñu nekk si sa right hand side soo fekkee yaa ngi jógee turntable soo fekkee yaa ngi jógee boori Tanji or
Oh, yeah. Lotion on your body. And
want to introduce everybody to another episode of Fam in the Gam, and I'm here with a really, really wonderful sister. Can you introduce yourself and the name of your business?
hi, I'm Mary Gaskin, and the name of my business is Natty Locks Boutique. And we are a place where women can come, and men too, can come and get the most organic, clean hair, skincare, and scalp products. Most of what we do here is try to encourage men and women to use products that are organic, products that are natural, that are very close to our DNA, and to ensure that we keep a healthy lifestyle.
Okay, y'all, this is her. This is the lady right here.
I normally refer to us as the place you come to get nutrition for the skin, the hair, and the scalp.
Makes
We
sense?
do have nutritionists out there who tell you what to eat.
Sure.
Make sure you're eating the right foods to make sure the insides of you is well, we do that for the outside.
Sure.
We are not we're not nutritionists, but we are nutritionists for the outside, the physical appearance.
Okay.
Because what goes into your body, when they come, they say, "Oh, my uncle died, my grandfather died, somebody died,"
Okay.
but just the sense of time.
Okay, so it's like a separate portal. It's a separate portal of time. And you've heard many folks, y'all have heard me always say that on my channel, that the concept of time is very different for our own communities.
Right. Yeah, and the thing is, and all these ladies and all the vendors, all the chemists, all of them, their products stem from problems they actually encountered. Like, for instance, Dr. Isfahan Chambers Harris.
Okay.
She's an African American. She's a scientist. She's a trichologist, the study of hair and scalp. So she put this product together, and it has done so well. And there are others too, like.
Okay, so she just seems like she's talking to him about hair and scalp, but this is her, y'all. This is the lady. Now, as we can see, this was what? How many months ago? I mean, you can't look at somebody and tell it, what's wrong with them. But I mean, the fact that this lady is gone, like was at work yesterday and not at work today, and everybody's looking for her. This was 2 years ago. It says she was she's from Sierra Leone. She's not an African American lady. She describes herself as Sierra Leonean. So, we can look and tell this woman is not sick. You know, this is, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Because guess what? They probably getting ready to bury this lady. If her family has not called up there and made arrangements, they can ready to bury her. They don't hold your bodies like here. Do the members pay dues? I can't find that out. From what I found out, no. But somebody paying something. Hi, Kiki. Hey, for Righteous Home Folks. How you doing, lady? Did I say your name right? Let me make sure I said that right. For Black Righteous Folks Home. Hey, I've been watching her channel, y'all, here lately. She has some good stuff on there. They had some good discussions. That's the channel I was watching. This channel, y'all, where they were talking about African Americans and the term African American and Black American. And I hadn't looked at it like that. So this is a really good channel. It opened, her channel really opened my eyes to, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to add y'all. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know you was back here.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How y'all doing?
Good, good. Well, this kind of a sad occasion though, because the lady though just died this morning though.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the fourth death, or is this? Oh, she's not American, but she's still the fourth lady that has passed in the Gambia, though, right?
Yep, she's the fourth one in the Gambia alone. One in Nigeria, one in Ivory Coast. Now, remember, these are only the ones we know about. These are just the ones we know about. I'm sure there's more that we do not know about.
Jeanette Salters would be one that we would know mainstream.
Yeah.
And her sister died. That was in Ghana. That was Ghana.
Those were the.
But we don't hear from New Black Media reporting on this because they want to present a certain narrative with marketing Africa is the only destination and salvation for Black Americans, when they can help stop the economy and build back our votership and all this other stuff just by not participating in vices such as holidays, birthdays, and all that. We can stop buying into consumerism and have both sides of the politics adhere to what we want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you know what? See, that's what I think people don't understand politics in the United States. They don't understand at the local level, you can really make an impact on your community. So you really, really vote at the local level. But once it comes to the federal level, the electoral college is going to decide who becomes the president. And I think a lot of people got, disenchanted with that. They got disheartened with that because we don't really pick the president. So if you're not picking the president, what's the point? What's the point? Quit playing mind games with me, because that's what it is. So I think people just okay, I'm tired of all of this. I really don't have this power that you tell me that I have. So I'm just going to go someplace else. And I think that is what's going on. But once we get to that someplace else, we're not being told the truth about that someplace else.
And they're not doing their due diligence, because this reminds me of a scene from a movie by Mario Van Peebles, Posse. You remember when they went to Cutterstown, Freemanville, and Blair Underwood character was the leader of that town. And what those people did, they signed over their land deeds. They signed over all of their stuff that they had within the United States. And he was trying to push them to move to Africa rather than fighting the Klan back over in Cutterstown. And he was selling land of Freemanville over to the Klan just to help his own pockets out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically what's that? Communism or capitalism in a way.
Yes. Say that one more time. What did you say?
You seen the movie Posse, right? By Mario Van Peebles.
No, I never seen that movie.
It was about black cowboys and Indians, right? It came out in the 90s with Tone Loc, Big Daddy Kane, and it was basically talking about like the Spanish American War and this outlaw guy that was running from the law because they stole Spanish gold from the the Union Army, and he was sentenced to life in the military because uh, his father was lynched in California somewhere, and they framed him for murder, and so they sent him down there to fight into the Spanish American War, and he escaped out of the Spanish American War by faking his death with a bunch of other dudes that was a part of his gang, and he went on a mission to go kill those Klansmen that killed his father. And when he got back to the town, his friend that was him and his girlfriend, they got together, and he ran the town after his father was killed. And what his friend did, he betrayed the black people of that free community and sold land and deeds to the Ku Klux Klan over in the other town. And he was trying to push a back to Africa movement on these people who had American Indian descent.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but see, this, I think this is bigger than see the whole thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with this whole black to go. If you want to go back to Africa, go back to Africa. Do whatever you. I think people.
Yeah, that's fine, but they're not telling us like financial issues and what the problems are going to be when we move it.
That is the problem that lies. Because if we try to control people movements and what people do, then we become the oppressors. And we're not trying to be the oppressors. So let's read these comments, y'all. It says, Aja is definitely into that. We've seen the way she talks about the spirit world. Yeah,
well, that's why I came up here, because I was going to ask you about what that was that you were talking about, because I never heard of it. That's what I was.
Animism?
Yeah.
Animism is the traditional belief system in West Africa before Islam came, before Christianity came. They had their own basic system of belief. Like their basic,
they got the Orishas, the Mawu religion, they got Dumbala and the No More Fish deities.
Tell me, please.
Say it again. I couldn't hear you.
I wanted you to finish telling me. He cut you off.
It's different ones. Okay, so animism is one, and he's talking about Ifa. Ifa is what Dinah's practice, and that's a Yoruban spirituality. But that's like Islam has a form of spirituality in the Yoruban culture that's called Ifa, and some people practice that. Okay, but animism, the animists are just the basic one. Before any of the other ones came, there was animism. Okay, and the Orishas, when you talk about, if you hear people say Orishas, they're talking about Ifa. Okay.
And she was married? She was married?
To which one?
The lady that just passed.
Yep, she was married to an African American man. And supposedly
I'll have to throw that on my video as a correction then.
So supposedly he's in the United States. Supposedly.
Okay.
We don't know for sure. This is what she's saying on Sisters International. That he's in the United States, and she's been running this store in the Gambia, and I just cannot believe this has happened. So let's read this.
Did you know her?
No, I didn't know any of them. I know I've heard people talk about this place, like Nappy Locks. It seems like everybody goes there, and the stories that I would do about the people, who were into all of this mess over there, they all went to this place called Nappy Locks. That was all their hangout. They would all go to that same place to get their hair done. So I thought that was interesting that they all went to the same hairdresser. So I was like, okay, that's odd. Everybody who's involved in this snitching in the Gambia, everybody who's involved in this black magic stuff, y'all all going to the same hairdresser. So I thought that was strange.
Wow. And what I meant in this text is that culturally over here, Black Americans have no understanding of West African animisms or Central African religions, because culturally we come from a Christian background, and we also practice American Indian hoodoo root work. So when you're introducing these random African cultures within your own paradigm, you're putting a bad energy on yourself because you don't even understand these systems.
Yeah,
And
he's right.
usually it's Caribbeans and Latin Americans that receive the bulk of these West African cultures and mixing because with our paradigm and culture, we only received a little bit of those African things, and those cultures disappeared. We absorbed a whole brand new type of thing, and we invented our own like culture overnight, and we became something different. So when applying Caribbean cultures and Latin American cultures, that's not helping your situation because what they did, how they gained their own freedom, was to cast away religion altogether because religion doesn't work without you putting in the work.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, okay, let's read this one, y'all. A bunch of ends messing with cultures that has never brought to America when our culture is hoodoo, not Orisha worship. So, Chiron is saying that this is true. They're messing with stuff they don't know what they're doing, and that's the same thing. Jim, what's this man's name on here? Jim Brown.
Jim Kelly's revenge.
Okay, that's the same thing basically he's saying, and that's what's going on. You're getting involved. I don't know if this lady is this Miss Mary who passed away. I don't know if she was involved with this, but I know these African American people who are over there are involved with this. And I'm not saying Mr. Mosley is because I didn't get anything about him being involved in this or practicing any of this. I didn't get anything about him. They were trying to attack him. They wanted to use me to attack Mr. Mosley, but I was smarter than that. So I looked into all the allegations they were making about this man. And then I realized, oh, y'all don't like Mr. Mosley and you want to create a smear campaign to get him out of the picture. So that's what they were doing. That's what that was all about. And all of them just happened to go to this Nappy Roots hair salon. Wow, never heard of that before. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we never heard of that goes on in Africa, and we need to educate ourselves. There's nothing wrong with going. You just got to know what you're doing. Is that African Repat? Did they find? No, we haven't seen her. Have anybody seen African Repat? Apparently, Angel. Apparently, Angel.
Close the
Hey,
door.
apparently, Angel. I ain't seen you in a
Hello.
long time, lady. How you doing?
Yeah. I'm doing I'm not doing too good because my friend passed away today.
Oh,
And
I know. I can imagine. I'm so sorry to hear about your
um
friend.
thank you.
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
I look, I'm not going to be on long. But I think that I needed to come on because I don't really agree with the fact that this information is out and this is all so fresh. And
Mm-hmm.
her family is suffering behind,
Yeah.
having all of this information out. I'm
Mm-hmm.
really appalled that this was put out on social media so fast when it just happened today.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to come on because I saw that you were on live, and
Mm-hmm.
and I'm listening to the conversation that's on right now, and I cannot like comment. I didn't hear everything because I'm just now seeing that you're on live, and I just had
Uh-huh.
to come on because I wanted to ensure that her name was not associated with any bull or any
Mm-hmm.
uh uh practices or anything else
Oh
that could
no.
be misconstrued.
Yeah, no. Hers no. No. We're just talking about how just how sad it is. That
Mm.
this young lady is just gone like this, and how we really need autopsies in Africa. We really need
How did
that.
this woman pass? Mind you.
Apparently, Angel, he said, how did she pass? Do you know?
So I know everything, but I'm not putting it out on social media. I think that would be very disrespectful to her family right now. I think it would be very disrespectful to put out any information before anyone has had the chance to even process what has happened to this woman. She,
Yeah.
I heard people talking about her shop at Naughty Locks. And yes, a lot of people did go to her shop because it was centrally located to a place where, or it is centrally located to a place where it's easy for wherever you live in the Gambia to be able to get your hair done, which
Right.
I have gotten my hair done there several times. My granddaughter has gotten her hair done there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's one of those things where I just wanted to ensure that her name wasn't sullied in the process of people, putting things out there for clicks and likes and for a conversation. Her family
Oh
was
no, I
just
don't.
notified. So I did
Yeah.
hear while I was waiting to get online that I did hear online while I was waiting to get online that her husband is in the States. He is on his way here to do what a husband
Oh,
should in
good. Yeah,
order to take care
good.
of, taking care of everything for his wife and their family.
That's good
And
news.
hey, I need you to turn that off or go in the other room, please.
So that's good news that he's on his way. So there things will be taken care of.
Thank
And he'll find out answers. So that's good.
you.
So yeah, that's pretty much what we're talking
Give
about
me
there.
that. I'm sorry. Hold on. I have my grandson here.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, so that's really good, people.
and
That
and so I want the speculation about any nefarious acts and anything to stop. This woman, um, there was nothing nefarious about her passing, and mhm.
well, I don't think we said it was. I think we were saying that we don't know how she passed without an autopsy. So we don't know. So that's the whole thing that we're outraged about
Yes.
on my channel is that these people are passing away and there's no autopsy and there's no talk screen. So you don't know how these people
Hold on. I might turn this
are.
off
Okay.
for now. Okay. I'll let you turn it on in a minute.
So we're pretty much asking that something is done. Not just sitting, just these women are deaths just be in vain. I don't know if she's there or not, y'all. But no, nobody's just sitting over here. We don't just sit and gossip and I don't have time to do that. Y'all know I ain't got time for that. But yeah, something needs to be done. People need to have autopsies, talk screens, and all that good stuff. We don't have any ties to the Bantu West African culture. Why are ends appropriating random shit in Africa that is not a part of our culture? Because they don't understand our culture. They don't know their culture. That's why. They don't understand their own culture. Oh, look who's here. Hey, guy.
How you doing, sis?
How you been?
I'm great. I'm blessed. Thank you so much. Been busy,
What up
all for
to
you
me?
too.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know. I haven't seen you in a while.
Well, I've been banging on Passport Bros, anti-black woman haters called the Passport Bros. But I've also been busy in real life. Bought a crib. I have a speaking engagement on Saturday, paid by the way, so I'm doing my thing.
Good, 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 good. It's good to see you here. So what you want to say? Come on, tell us what you want to say. I'm
No,
glad to see you.
I just saw you live and I said I'm gonna pull up on you just to see how you're doing.
Oh,
And see what's going on because I haven't been connected to this side until today. I decided to, just check what was going on with my Pan Africans and Back to Africa movement people. I went to Strikes Back channel and had a little couple conversations, but for the most part, I've been out of tune. So I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn and contribute as I may.
well, we are talking about there was another lady who passed away in the Gambia today. And this lady is a Sierra Leonean lady, and she's married to an African American man. We, of course, we don't know the cause of death because they don't do autopsies or tox screens in Africa unless you demand them to be done. So, and then you have to pay for them. So we're talking about how there needs to be some type of autopsy, some type of tox screen. Something needs to be done when these ladies pass away. You know, nobody should just pass away and know, and the cause of death, nobody knows. And this is happening far too much in Africa, far too much in West Africa, and to too many Black women. And that's
Yeah,
the
that's
problem.
crazy.
That's the problem. So
No,
that's
I
what we're
agree 100%. You know, that's why when people decide to make a move to Africa, I won't say back to Africa unless they were born there. When they decide to make the move there, they have to understand that uh, statistics aren't kept, murder rates aren't really kept, autopsies aren't done, healthcare is not what it should be, education is not what it should be. There's a huge begging culture there. I'm
yeah.
speaking on that as someone who's been there and had to block a couple of people because every message is, "Can I have some money?"
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm teaching you how to get money, not to be your money tree. But that's beside the point. But I think once people understand what Africa really is and not what they want it to be, then they
Exactly.
can make a more informed decision and then they'll have better success.
Yes.
You know, I'm Black American of African descent. I know that there's a big difference between that and actually being an African. And I'm proud to be a Black American. That's why my name on here is the Chosen Ones, because I
Mm.
do believe that Black Americans are the chosen ones. Um, Other people know me as NAKMEEZY because that's my channel. I'm about to cut it off, but yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, just if you look at it for what it is and not for what you want it to be, then you'll
Mhm.
have a better time. I
Right.
watched Alexis Fowler's video today about it was relative to, you know, asking the question, you know, is the diaspora just a walking wallet? She went to Sierra Leone and the
Mm-hmm.
begging was crazy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
it's like
seen
they
that
were,
video too. Yeah, they had a whole dude up in a costume begging there on the bus. And Don Dance ain't did step in and say, hey, don't do that. That's unprofessional.
yeah, exactly. Knowing that that would be off putting to us, understanding that those who do believe in that Back to Africa movement are doing it because they want to reconnect. And
Yes.
reconnecting from our culture doesn't mean you have your hand out and essentially are just aggressively panhandling. I
Right.
saw similar things in Ghana where, you know, they're just like, oh, you go into the slave castle, now give me some money.
Yeah.
Like trying to catch
And
you
let
in
me tell
an
you fairy
emotional.
tales about this slave dungeon.
Yeah. Because that stuff they saying, I bet you it's not even true. I bet you
It's
they're just
not,
making it
bro.
up
It's
so
not. If you look it up, if you do your due diligence and look up the history behind Gory Island, it was built by a mulatto woman by the name of Anicolas Pippin, and it
See,
wasn't a penitentiary.
see, that's what I'm saying. That's because we don't know and we don't take the time to look. And
And
that's all we have
it
to do
took
now.
UNESCO put money into these African back to Africa scams. And you got these Democrats trying to promote the same thing. And that's why I ask these Pan Africans that sell, oh, our destiny is in Africa. Okay. Then why do you have Democrats pushing the same thing like you?
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference? What tangibles are we going to get out of this? Because it's looking like that we're reciprocating tangibles and resources over to Africa, but Africa's not sending their greatest and their brightest to send money over to our community. And you have a lot of these people have hate and vitriol for us on these social media platforms, but I don't see these Africans from over there putting money into Umar's FDMG school to make that shit a reality and make sure this nigga is on his P's and Q's and
Mm-hmm.
telling him to put this money into building that school instead of traveling to different places to just talk and lecture about Black Americans' reparations.
Yes.
It's a lot of clown shit that's going on within these Pan African groups. All
Well,
they're
let's
trying to
just
do is sell tourism.
well, a lot of them are scammers, but all of them are not scammers. A lot of them are scammers, but it would be unfair to say all of them are scammers because I don't believe all of them are scammers. I believe a majority of them are. I believe a majority of them don't have money to survive and do the things that they want to do, so they turn to scamming. And some of them, I just think they were scammers all their lives, and that's just what they do. But most
And
of
on
them
the other hand,
are scammers,
on,
and that's
on
just
the other hand, you also have people within these education institutions that try and prevent Black Americans from getting sovereignty within the U.S., like these Native Americans have. And you have Henry Louis Gates that promotes these DNA tests that wants to connect you to some random slaver that sold you into slavery rather than the recent living relatives that you can attach yourself to a tribe or individual over here to get tangibles within your pocket. And what they don't explain is it's cheaper to go to your registry of vital statistics or your state History and Archives Center and pull up a genealogical record for free and do a deep dive within your own family surnames and see if you're attached to some resources or some money that's owed to you. They don't teach that. What they want you to do is promote, oh, let's have these foreign people, these tethers, these shields for these Democratic or Republican parties to give our money and let other people scramble for our tangible benefits. They don't teach these things, and you have individuals within these systems that have an agenda for these Eurocentrics and these other people in power to erase our history.
Okay, hold on. Let me get to these comments. Okay, Limelight says, I thought the salon was supposed to have clean energy. Products meant to be natural, clean, and all things pure. Well, maybe them people going there needed to clean up some of their energy, because some of them people that went there, I told you I had got stories on, and those people was not right. Okay, they were not right, and so I don't know. I hope she was doing. I don't know. I told y'all I'm just shocked. I'm speechless. I'm shocked. I'm hurt. I just feel like somebody's just spitting in our face saying, you know, so what you gonna do? So what you gonna do?
But how is it like that though? Because you got a lot of these Africans that get education from these Western like countries, from colleges and universities. They have the tools and the means and the resources to do something decent and polished, but they choose not to. Why?
Why, say that again? Why do who choose not to do something decent?
Africans, you have a whole bunch of Africans that get a Western education, getting into these AR, AI, VR tech things. They learning how to make money off of like tech and business. They learn how to be doctors and all this other stuff, but they don't bring those people that go to school for all of that and bring it back to Africa to make it polished and clean for other people to come visit.
There. They're not going to go back there. They can't make any money there. They're not going to go to school here and become a doctor and then go back there and do what? They can't even pay for their education. I mean, if they got loans, they can't even pay them loans back. If they go back home, they got to stay here and work. They're not going to do that. That doesn't even make sense to them.
And then rather than making money off of victimization, because they always browbeat us with, oh, y'all need to move past racism, white supremacy, and just build your dollar. Okay, how come Africans aren't selling their land to Universal, Comcast, or Disney to make amusement parks or to make their shit like Sandals or resorts or something to encourage people to want to go there?
Oh, that government in the Gambia is. You haven't been there, honey. Go and see. That government.
They are?
Oh, yes. Gambia is nice. It's for the rich and the famous. Watch. That place is going to be the playground for the rich and the famous. If you don't have money, you can't play in Gambia.
But they don't accommodate for Black Americans, though, because we have the money to do so, but we don't have it to where we can just splurge.
No, well, you know what it is? We don't stick together. We don't put our money together. We go to a different community and we try to operate as individuals. And you can't do that. Other groups don't do that. We're the only group that get over there and think we can stand alone, and we can't. And that's
and you don't have like a standing army to make them bow to your whims and stuff like that, like Marcus Garvey tried to push.
Yeah. So, and this is an important point too. Here, y'all, listen to this. It says, The lifespan in Gambia and in Africa is about 15 to 20 years. So I think it's a little longer than that, but maybe 40, 50 at the most. But what I'm telling you is this. That right there, once you get past 30 or 40, honey, they just consider you old and you're going to die anyway. That's why they're not outraged like we are. Because they're like 40, 50, that's old. 60, oh, you should have been dead a long time ago. But see, that's not our reality in the United States. Here we live for a long time and we're healthy. So we're not used to you just dropping dead at 40, 50 years old and nobody is outraged and nobody's concerned and nobody's doing autopsies, nobody's doing tox screens, nobody's doing nothing but saying Kiki Loves Nigeria is the problem because she's talking about it.
Kiki, sister, I wanted to talk about that comment
Which
from
one?
Rockabye Baby.
Okay.
It's about 15 to 20 years shorter than the West, and that's absolutely
Oh,
true.
right, shorter. I'm sorry.
So yeah, exactly. So
Thank
it's absolutely true. And one of the things that struck me the most was the amount of dust, and I'm not trying to be funny.
Oh, yes.
Lack of food, cleanliness, like food handling,
Yes.
hygiene, all these things that you just say, damn, like if what they was telling me when I was, a kid, like Africa's the cradle of civilization, and we taught white people how to wash, and we taught them this, and we taught them that, and Timbuktu this, and Mansa Musa that. So how you gonna be the cradle of civilization, teach everybody else, and now they doing better than you? You see what I'm saying? So that's why I call cap on a lot of that. But one of the things that I noticed, especially in Ghana, was that, and this may seem trivial, right? But I haven't seen anyone sweeping with a broomstick. They had a handful
Yeah.
of straw bent
Yeah.
over,
Yeah.
sweeping the ground. And I said, your back is going to be done, right?
Yeah.
And then if you don't just put two and two together and say, hey, let me just put a stick on this like the rest of the world does, and you're killing your back, that just tells me something about, people accepting generational ignorance on the continent. There's no reason Africa cannot be, the future, and we have all the resources that they don't control, by the way. Okay, they don't refine, by the way. The way a lot of these people make it seem like it's a paradise. No, it's not. One thing that the African isn't stupid.
You
They're
got that
very
right.
smart.
They are
So
not stupid. And
they're not stupid, which is why they don't go back, because they understand
they know what
that
awaits them.
exactly. They know that they have a better chance to make it and be successful in the West. So it's the great switcheroo that's being run by some of these back to Africa people. A lot of them happen to be Pan-African, where they're like, oh yeah, come back. And then meanwhile, Africans are doing everything that they can to get out. I believe it was 60 people passed away on their way to either Canary Islands or Spain proper, trying to go to the West. So I think we have to have a real honest conversation about the state of affairs on the continent. Because
And I really think we got to run these people that try and push this onto us out of the paint, because that's not helping when you see people trying to scramble for Black American reparations and say, oh, just send it over there to Africa, or just send it over here to my mega church and they'll do all fine. They just need to get a job and go to school, and that's it. You got to run those people out the paint.
I mean, I think running them out the paint, people are going to do what they want to do. So I do agree that those things that you said are egregious, but people are going to make their own decisions. So I say, arm them with the truth. Okay.
Yes.
Don't cut corners. I have a hoe mentality, HOE, honesty over everything. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you, because I have to speak to, and I don't know why this dude asked me to speak. And this thing is being sponsored by the province, the provincial government in this part of the Netherlands that I'm about to go to. And I'm like, I normally don't speak where there's white people. The guy said, that's exactly why I want you to come. I said, this ain't going to just be a white man bashing fest. This is going to give people the truth about how the slave trade started, about the Industrial Revolution, about mindset, and how I give it up. I'm going to give it up, and it's going to come from my heart. But I think people have to have these conversations. When I was having these conversations a couple of years ago, people would call me everything from coon to sellout to black identity extremist, all this stuff but now they're finally realizing that I've been telling the truth the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, and it's crazy because I don't hate Africans. I don't call Africans, unless they have shots for me, then I'm gonna fire back. But that I'll do that to anybody. You could be a black American, you can catch it if you fire shots at me. But we have to fix ourselves first, okay? Because I don't know, Kiki, I think you're around my age. You remember a movie called The Bad News Bears?
Yes.
All right. So the Bad News Bears, before they got their SHIT together, is what you're going to have if you have a coalition of the failing, a bunch of misguided people with no real direction, people that are running from the comforts of the West that their ancestors helped create to go and take a break on a continent where what they really need on a continent are thinkers and workers. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like this. I'm not trying to join the Bad News Bears. And I'm not going to desecrate the work that my family and my ancestors have done and never got paid for it, and not take advantage of the opportunities that they helped create. No shade to Africa, but look, I went there and it was calling me a white man. You know what I'm saying? And then if it wasn't that, then I was getting charged the brony price. And when I ship stuff to Ghana, I got to do it under a Ghanaian person because they're going to charge me the brony price in customs. I'm like, y'all make it so hard to do business there. Guess what? I just won't do business there anymore. You understand what I'm saying? So Africa is a very complex thing. I don't hate it, but I'm very honest about who I am, what my people are, the fact that my name right now is the chosen ones, because we've been chosen by black people worldwide historically to lead every sort of revolution. They leave their countries to come with us to get down because we have been those forward thinkers.
Heck, Israel is over here calling on us, saying, "Oh, why you ain't participating in our war? We need your energy, right?"
Nah, I'm good on Israel and Palestine. Let the whites and the off-whites deal with their own nonsense. You see what I'm saying? But I'm gonna land my plane with this. We've got too much to do in our own communities. Okay, black women worldwide are scared of black men in a lot of instances. You know how hard it is to get a black woman to say good morning or even make eye contact now? And me as a black man, I'm like, damn, is this what we've done? Black people in general aren't nice to each other, right? You got to really make them, not anymore, right? But, I'm from New York, so New Yorkers ain't never been nice. But when you go down south, you get that Southern hospitality. You go to the Midwest, you get the Southern hospitality. The Midwest hospitality. When I went to Africa, when I went to Ghana, it was a bunch of, like, scowls. Like, people was just, and it was
what are you doing here, Kata?
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily a kata, but it was really that life had beaten them down.
Yeah.
You see, so when life is beating them down, of course, you're not worrying about some highfalutin American black who's coming over there with money singing Kumbaya. You're really just trying to, feed your family.
And that's what you know what? And what he just said is so very important. That's how you have to look at it when you go there, because they can care less about you connecting with your roots or care less about you coming back to Africa to become a better person. And that's the reality. They could care less about any of that. Because like he said, we're dealing with people where life has beat them down every day, every single day. And then we come over here looking all fresh, got dollars ready to spend, smiling, happy, talking about we back home. Yeah. And you know what? And you just the next person they're gonna take advantage of. The next one. Coco says that's so sad. Places and Spaces says, oh, she wants us about my egg. What's this one?
That was me.
Go ahead. What you saying?
That was me that sent that. That's on the screen.
Okay. And so I look in this database, y'all. There's a database where you can go and look for people who've passed away in other countries, you know. But when I look in the database for the Gambia for people who's passed away, there is nothing. There is nothing. So when you go look, and that I think it's on the State Department's website. When you go look for the Gambia, go look and see who's passed away in the Gambia. Look and see if these names come up, because I sure don't see them. I see somebody drowned there a long time ago, but I sure don't see any of these ladies that I've been talking about. And when the women don't, you got to realize when the women don't matter anymore, something's wrong, people. When Black women don't matter anymore, do you realize Black women are they give birth to this world? Everything came from a Black woman. Everything walking came from a Black woman. And if you don't believe me, look it up. Look it up. And now, all of a sudden, in 2023, that Black woman who gave birth to life, everything, she don't matter no more. Her death don't matter no more. We could care less about her death. And these and what did you call? Well, that's what I'm gonna call them, the bad news bears in the Gambia, because that's all they are. The bad news bears in the Gambia. They're not even calling for an autopsy. They standing right there. They can't even get themselves together enough to go request an autopsy or a tox screen. They just letting these women just drop dead. And that's a problem for me. That's a problem for me. So now my problem ain't with Africans. My problem is with my own people. Because my own people are the ones sitting around letting this happen. They sitting around letting this go down. Black acres of the Gambia. They sitting around letting it go down. All them other ones over there, Happy Companion. How come he's not doing?
Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still there. He went back. Oh, he's in Cape Verde now, honey. He's looking for some new victims.
Oh, he left the Gambia. He moved to Cape Verde.
No, I think he went to go visit. But who knows?
Okay.
Who knows? Who knows? Like I said, he's looking for new victims. That's what he's doing. Everywhere.
Yeah, he and I had a falling out. And it ended by him leaving a WhatsApp with a middle finger to me. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Well, he wanted me to be part of some sort of mean girl coalition against female terrorists in the Gambia. I'm like, bro, I don't fight against women like that. You know what I'm saying?
But he does.
But yeah, I wish that brother the best. But look, I think this whole non-respect for the Black woman, right? It's not only affects the Black woman, but it affects the image of the Black man. And that's what people fail to realize. Mm-hmm. Whenever you have Black men that's constantly criticizing Black women's hair, makeup, and like, are you serious? You really worrying about that? Mm-hmm. While you walking around and going to places where the exoticals are, so to speak, so-called exoticals, and then you wonder why a lot of our women have complexes. Mm-hmm. I was watching court. It was like some court program, and it had this thing on Daniel Holzclaw. I don't know if you know who he is or you remember who he is.
Mm-hmm. The Asian officer. Yeah,
he was white and Asian, who was going around. He got like 80 something years or something, or maybe 263 years. It was some crazy number. They hit him with the book, but he was going around doing traffic stops and graping Black grandmothers.
Oh my God.
Young Black women. He had like
oh yeah, I did hear about him.
Yeah. It came on today on this TV program, and I'm looking at some of the victims who were strong enough to testify, and I'm like, yo, that's somebody's grandmother.
Yeah.
And that right there, when people look at that, and you just realize how our Black women are not protected.
And Daniel Holzclaw, he should have been touched in prison by now.
Exactly. And I don't know. Maybe he's
The
probably
Asian
protected.
community is sitting up here bootlicking this dude for raping black American women.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. So
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When did we lose our value? Somehow, somewhere, we lost our value. Because I remember when my grandma used to tell me when we was little, she used to tell me about my great grandmother, and she said my great grandmother, they would be out, working in the field, and my great grandmother was used to talk back to the overseer. She said she would stand up and talk back to him all the time, and they would never do anything to her. He said all they would tell her is, Addie, don't start your stuff. That's all they would say to her, and they wouldn't say anything else. She says, so it's certain black people they know they can do this too, and certain ones they can't. Certain black people are going to stand up for what's right, and certain black people are just going to go on and let it happen like they're not even seeing it.
Well, they did allow some black people become slavers.
Yeah. But no, I don't mean them. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the ones that these people. There was always black people in our community that the overseer knew we can't touch these people. If we touch this person, it's going to cause a whole revolt. So they would let that person just slide. They would let that till they could get them, and then when they got them, of course they're going to get them. But that's the way it would go. Okay. So
Another example would be like, what's that boxer? Um, he got away with sleeping with random white prostitutes, and they enforced all these lynchings because he kept getting away with things like that, and he got a RICO charge for it. And R. Kelly is now suffering from that same law that they put in because of him. Jack Johnson, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Yep. Yeah, Jack Johnson.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's look this one. Rockabye Baby wants to know: are British, Jamaicans, and Canadian women dying unexpectedly just as African Americans are? We don't know because they don't keep record over there. And remember, we only know what these people are telling us. We don't have a clue. We only know what Sisters International get on here and say, or what they put out there, because there's no database. Wonder if BAG knows these deceased women. I'm sure they do, places and spaces. I'm sure they've been to their place before. The Gambia is really small. Everybody knows everybody over there. Don't think they don't. They see everybody. She talks about healthy eating in the video too. Yeah, she seems like she was really into taking care of your hair. She seems like her hair salon seemed like it was really nice. It just seemed like it was really positive. Hey Kiki and everyone. Sorry. Oh, hey, how you doing, cousin? Yeah, she just seemed like it was. But I'm telling you, all these people who's been involved in this shadiness in the Gambia, that was the one thing they had in common. They all went to that same place. And that's not saying, anything is up with that place. That just shows how small the Gambia is. Animism is about beast spirits or spirit animals. Okay. So I knew it was something different. This person says the animists believe in beast spirits. Okay, so there's different types of spirits. Like there's water spirits, there's air spirits, and then there's these beast animal spirits. So they kind of commune with these animal spirits. That's probably why they act like, when they get in a trance, they act like animals. Like, yeah, that all makes sense. Because she was out there talking to jellyfish. Hey, how you been, Miss Strickland? That's how I knew she was losing it. If you go through Angela Freak's channel, you're going to see her doing that. But this comes when you try to get involved in things you shouldn't be involved in. Animism is connected with ancient feminism under a different umbrella. It is about really digging into the feminine aspect of nature. See, they don't know that, honey. They wasn't nowhere near that. They was out talking to jellyfish. They was out talking to jellyfish, talking about they talking back. So no, they wasn't doing that. They was not doing any of that. Thanks for the information. Okay, see you later. That was a while ago. So yeah, that's what we want to know. We want something done about this. We don't want these deaths just to be in vain. I think the family limited the information, but Sisters International released it anyway. Yeah, they sure did. They released it. But I mean, if something like that happened to my loved one, I would want y'all to know. I would want y'all to know. I would want everybody to know. I would want everybody to talk about it. Find out what happened. Hi, Kiki. Say how, let me know. Find out what happened to me. Don't let my death be in vain. Don't let them just sweep it under the rug and act like I didn't matter. They
I
better.
can relate to this situation because recently my uncle passed, and he was estranged from his mother because he's a half sibling to my mother. Um, and no one would identify my grandmother about his passing, and he made his own surrogate family that was separate from him because of his misdeeds in life, and he's a bisexual man, and he stepped in from one of his lovers family members and took over his role to take care of this family that he made up himself. And they to despite my grandmother, they disrespected her. They canceled the funeral early while she was giving her sermon to talk about her child.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, and they did not identify like any toxicology reports or anything like that, or an autopsy, because how he left this world was through hard drugs.
Yep. Okay, Patricia Strickland says they better leave Mr. Mosley alone. Everyone that's over there doing good works get shut down by these evil AAs. I believe they are messing around with those black arts. Honey, they are. They better get it together. They are. They get jealous of you, and then they go see these marabouts to put these spells on you to try to bring you down. Yes, they do.
So who are the evil AAs she's talking about?
She's talking about those Pan Africans that align themselves to those voodoo religions that has nothing to do with our culture up here. They see that the Caribbean worships the Orishas, but they want to bring it up to here and say, "Oh, we should align ourselves with this spirituality because it's something that's anything but a white religion or a colonizer's religion." And so you get yourself into these things, and you don't understand African spirituality, and what you do is you curse your own self with these evil energies because you don't understand any of it, because we've been cut off from African or any type of indigenous spirituality whatsoever. So they're trying to find a sense of indigenousness to black skin folk rather than just focusing on their own culture.
So they get involved in these different spiritual things. And for some reason, we're attracted to the dark arts. We don't want the good part. We want the dark arts. And that's what we're doing. And then when we get mad at each other, we go use this black magic on each other. This is according to Emily, who was on my channel, who was telling me that this is what they do. She's heard them sit around and talk about this. Namely, she's heard Happy Companion and Eric from the Soul Food Joint sit around and talk about this. And this is what they do. So
they're putting spells on people?
They'll go to,
yes.
they'll go to the traditional witch doctor, they're called a witch doctor. They'll go to that person. They'll say, "I don't like XYZ. I want you to do something to them. I want their business to fail. I want, them to get sick, or I want something to happen to them." So these repats are going to these people to get bad things done to each other. Yeah, all of them are.
I don't believe in that mumbo jumbo. And respectfully, the reason why is because, while, people it may work in their mind.
Yeah.
But if they really had power to change someone's life for the worse, wouldn't they also have power to change it for the better?
Thank you. Or change.
Wouldn't they have the power to change the trajectory of their countries, of their people, of their issues?
Yes.
So it's
like I said, spirituality, it doesn't work
like
without
I said,
words,
this is
bro.
the third time you done cut me, my brother, and I never
I'm
cut
sorry.
you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I think when we put a lot into that, we really get into this whole thing where we start believing the hype. Oh, these evil AAs. Now imagine a comment that was put up that said these evil Africans. that keep breaking into people's houses, these evil Africans that are beating down women, generalizing. No, they never do that. And it's not to the sister, but I see in a lot of these spaces that there is wholesale bashing of African/Black Americans without making the distinction that some Black Americans may be involved in some nonsense, and they absolutely are, and we need to hold them accountable. But the language matters, because if I were to write a thing and say, "Watch out for them dusty Africans," because there are some Africans that are dusty, but not all of them. You see what I'm saying? We just have to practice some internal customer service. You understand what I'm saying? Because then a lot of these platforms, they be sounding like white supremacist talking points. A lot of them. A lot of these Pan-Africans sound like white supremacists. You know, I just say we have to watch our language, and we also have to not sip that Kool-Aid when we know better. That mumble jumble black magic, it'll tell you about someone's character when they believe in that and they trying to get a hex put on you. But that just should say, all right, you just a grimy ass person. You'll try to do something in real life. Next with it, when you see it don't work with the witch doctor, you're gonna pay the crack out on the corner to break into my house when you know I'm out of town.
Thank
you know?
Thank you. Yep. Mr. Kelly, what did you want to say something?
Oh, to add on, to build on what he was saying, is what I was saying earlier was religion doesn't work without you putting in the work to make it happen. Because just like the Haitian Revolution, what did they say? Cast aside your God and let's get this shit on. Let's run these crackers up out of this land and make this place a ethno state for ourselves. And what happened? They cast aside their Christian religion. They wasn't talking about some Orisha stuff. It was just putting in work and just letting fate and their own manpower do the talking.
Right. So Places and Spaces says, people get offended without hearing the complete conversation. Yeah, because Sisters International love running and telling half-truths. So that's why they get offended. Who's this man? I can't see his name. Which one? Which man?
That's an old one from when I first pulled up on the stream. That's why I said it's not NAKMEEZY.
Oh, okay. So you saw that one. Okay, so these is old, y'all. We behind. Okay, by the way, animism is a doctrine that every natural thing in the universe has a soul. That's what I was trying to say. Yes, it has a soul. If you believe in animism, you believe that, what is that?
Ostriches, cactuses, mountains, thunder, and all spiritual beings.
Wait a minute, let's read that. Are all, so you think ostriches are spiritual brand? You think a cat? What? You think a mountain? Oh.
Well, I think they're to
the jellyfish. She was out there. That's why, because that's what she was saying. She was saying something to that effect. She really was, and I couldn't get it. But
from my interpretation of that, it sounded like you know how animal plant cells, they're living organisms or something like that, and they probably align it with animism.
Oh, because all
with saying they got spirits.
Okay, that's interesting. But yeah, that's what they were getting into. Yeah, that's what they were getting into, and I think all of that is just really what happened to them. But this new lady, Miss Mary, I don't have, I don't have a clue. I think it's just sad, that, like I said, there's nothing in place, no autopsy, no tox screen, no nothing. Thank God her husband is on the way, and she got somebody who love and care about her, who's going to go and make sure things are taken care of for her. But yeah, we need to make sure something's in place for our people, and we're not doing that. And that's a problem for me. That's a big problem, especially for the bad news bears who sit over there every day, all day, and do nothing. Why can't they do something? Why can't they just march right down to the embassy? Why can't they ask for some help? They're not doing nothing but sending their little people to come on my channel and argue with me. That's all they're doing. And that's ridiculous. That's all those ladies' lives were worth to them, just to come on my channel and argue with me. You cannot pay me to visit one of those dungeons.
That's a fact. I never even went to it. Everyone kept trying to push me to the slave dungeon in Cape Coast and this one and that one. I'm like, man, I ain't going to them damn slave dungeons unless I got a can of kerosene.
You want
You
to
know what
know
I'm saying?
something, NAKMEEZY? It's not even a dungeon. It's just a fort that held ammo. It was built by a mulatto woman.
See, that's what I mean. They make that stuff up. That's why I'm like, I'm not going to none of that. And then this is what I noticed in this video. I was watching about the Sierra Leone. You know, they all got a point of no return. You notice that every country got one of them. So I'm looking at their point of no return, and I'm like, wow, y'all didn't even fix it up. Y'all didn't even, dress it up. No, but you notice none of them are fixed up nice. None of them are, look like a museum. I hear they would have it looking like a museum, a national mine, something. It's nothing.
The trappings of a museum, yes. Because whenever we see museums, they're always clean. You don't have somebody maintaining the smell or the must of places. They literally tell Negroes that when you go to these places, you can smell 500-year-old piss and shit and period blood within these rooms. Okay, why would you preserve that smell?
Because
and plus, smells don't dissipate in the atmosphere that long.
Yeah, they don't clean the places up. It shows you how much they value those points of no return. That's
or how about this, sis? What? They're actively pissing in there to keep the piss smell going.
Thank you.
Okay, I saw.
And they tell us,
hold on, brother. Hold on. I'm gonna pass it back to you. But there's another one in Calabar. I think it's Calabar. I watched it was a Nigerian one, definitely, where they were showing about their point of no return, and when the man was showing the neck restraints, he called it bling bling.
What?
It was too jovial of a presentation, and I felt they weren't putting respect on the enslaved Africans that left that place. And those happened to go to Brazil, but they had actors walking around as if they were enslaved Africans back in the day.
Wow.
And these girls walking around with smiles on, just like they don't care. It's all a pain pimping campaign, and it's a hustle to get money from you.
Yeah.
I've been telling people from the longest, beware of the capitalist dressed as a Pan-African. Mm-hmm. So I call them kente cloth capitalists. And shout out to Alexis Fowler, who says, she apologized, but no need to apologize, sis. A lot of us drink that Kool-Aid, but that's why I wasn't popular on those platforms. So I just stopped going. I remember Dynas and Brandon tried to set me up one time. I was supposed to debate Dynas on something, and then he brings Brandon to start screaming. So I just went crazy, started cursing and I said, yeah, upload this one. So they never uploaded it. I'll go crazy on somebody. But when it comes to the truth, and when they know you have the historical fact behind it, because I study Africa. I was forced to study it when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Right. I think I posted, and someone asked if I still post content. My content now is mostly boxing and kickboxing content. But I remember, maybe you remember this. You remember Coors or Budweiser had this whole African thing. They had this like Great Kings of Africa campaign. Mm-hmm. If you Google it, you'll see they had this king, that king. So I had to take all those kings along with my cousins and create a huge life-size thing of Africa, and we put it on our wall. And it's still there. I went to the house I grew up in, and it's still there. All the pictures in the Pro Africa, the red, black, and green, as soon as you walk in, because they were cherry picking history. Mm-hmm. So I tell people I was Pan-African until I actually met some Africans. Mm-hmm. Now that's crazy. I was Pan-African until I met some Africans.
Wow.
And this is no wholesale shot, but I'm just saying, if you really think about it, Pan-Africanism, in the sense that many people use it, is really anti-African.
Yep.
There is no Pan-Africanism on the continent for the most part. It's there in ideology, but it's not there in practice. I think if you have a love for the continent and you want to reconnect, then let that be a personal journey. Because when it's a personal journey, then you protect yourself from scammers, thieves, predators that will try to use your pain or use your longing to enrich their pockets. It should never cost anyone almost $5,000 for 10 days in a third world country.
Yep, and paying $200 for a spit quantum just to find out a horoscope of random tribes.
Yeah, and let's talk about that tribe thing, okay? And if that means something to somebody, then let it. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? But I liken Black Americans. Well, I'll start on the continent, right? Let's say an Igbo is grape juice, a Yoruba is pineapple juice. Then you got lemon juice, and these represent different ethnic groups, right? Black Americans, we are, if you believe in that you come from Africa, are fruit punch. We're a mixture of West and Central African tribes, right? With a little Native American, a little European. So we're a different people, you know, mostly of African descent. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But due to chattel slavery and that mixing, right? Mixing between different ethnic groups because they separated those ethnic groups so that they couldn't speak, so that they couldn't communicate in their tongue. There's no way, due to the mixing, due to chattel slavery, due to inter-ethnic marriage in the present day, due to migration patterns, due to wars and enslavement, that they can say that you are from this singular ethnic group. It can never happen.
Yeah.
So these DNA companies are also running game on people, which I say, look, just let's think logically. I'm not an Igbo. Even both of my things say, Nigeria, blah, 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 and where my father's from, blah. Okay, great. I'm a Black American, though. And if I go there, they don't respect that. And if they're telling you that, yes, you traced it back with a DNA kid, you're a 23andMe African, no doubt. Now drop that bag.
Yep.
And I'll drop that bag, and then I'll bring you to this village where if you ain't dropping the bag, they're gonna try to rip the bag out your hand because all you are is a walking wallet. That's why I stay 10 toes down on who we are as Black Americans, and my viewpoint is Black Americans of African descent. Right? I'm cool with that. I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to try to attach myself to some tribe, right? And look at how they move it, and it's like, damn. Like I remember sitting down in Accra, and look, Black Americans don't come from Ghana off the rip. We don't come from Ghana. You want to know where people from Ghana went, you have to look at who colonized them at certain times. So you got to look at the Portuguese, and you got to look at the Dutch. When the Dutch had them for the longest, then you look at Suriname, and you look at the ABC Islands. There's certain ways you can follow, right? That's why, when we walk around in Nigeria, you look like, oh shit, that look like it could be my cousin. Ghana, not so much. You stand out like a sore thumb. But now check this out. They were having a conversation. They were laughing. These are students of mine. I will call them fighters, right? Some of my fighters were laughing. They were speaking in God. I'm like, yo, what y'all laughing about? He said, oh, we're just telling a story about how we were catching dog to eat. I'm like, what? He said, yeah, we was on a motorcycle and he was chasing the dog and it fell, and then and they eat it, and they were just saying it. That's not my culture. I didn't judge them. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Y'all eat dog or whatever. But that's not me. At least it's not me anymore. You see what I'm saying? And for me to jump into that and say, this is what we do, and no, it's not. Yeah. I call it being a culture vulture. If you wasn't born in it, and you're trying to reconnect to something that you really didn't have any connection you had a connection to, but it's a broken connection. To make the connection, to reconnect as who you are of that descent. But always stay true to yourself, because what they're gonna do is they're gonna fleece you for money. And let's keep it 100. You look at some of these ceremonies, a lot of our people be looking out of place and awkward, like, yeah, I
Yep.
don't know the words, but I know the beat. Come on.
But from my perspective, me and NAKMEEZY go at it from time to time because I come from the Aboriginal American Indian perspective, and I have to agree with his points on we're a whole brand new culture, yet we have to have some point of sovereignty with our shit, and we need to get a hold of some tangibles. And from my perspective is the American Indian paradigm, and we're going to have to either fight these Africans or we're going to have to fight these Native Americans for our shit. And
wow, now Native Americans, now that's a fight.
yeah, we're going to have to either way, because you have individuals on our political spaces trying to push us to move to some place to be an invasive species and to drown us out by putting Africans and Caribbeans before us, and they don't reciprocate anything back to us. So we have to carve a place for ourselves over here to maintain and make sure that we survive the next 100 years, 25 years, 50 years from now. Because I don't believe that we're going to go extinct just by, none of the conservatives or the Democrats are adhering to our politics. We could halt this economy just by not participating in any vices and going back to the land, the nature, the personal genealogy, because it's not expensive to just go down there, a registry of vital statistics, or your history and archive, or the Mormons, even to look up people within your family that has land or tangibles that's owed to them, because you have individuals like Skip Gates and these DNA companies trying to hide aspects and people that owe us money. You had a report of you had a report of the Sony hack a few years back, with North Korea leaking Henry Louis Gates trying to hide Ben Affleck's slave owning genealogy. And you don't have enough Black Americans looking for relatives that were on his family's plantation and demanding him to pay that money.
Right, because they would have to. You're absolutely right. If we can make these kind of connections, we could go straight to them and go to court and get money from them directly.
But what you got, these Negroes like Henry Louis Gates, he wants us to go spend money on year of return and hear sob stories about this castle, when really they put Africans through barracoon wooden cages, not these elaborate castles or forts or whatever. They tell us that we were put in wooden cages on the beach. So that doesn't make any sense by historically, because you're only catching a few people where you already have in demand all these Indians that's already chattel that they're trying to take over and remove out the Americas and displace them in other places. We already have reports of Negroes being used as scouts and translator for all these Indian languages like Espaniko in the 1502, but they want to say we got here in 1619. So our DNA would be amongst them already, but they're not reporting these things because they're hiding information. And you got clowns saying that, they didn't mix because they didn't see each other during the antebellum period, but at the same time saying they owned us.
But I mean, there's history that says the pre-Columbian period, they know that Africans were here before Columbus. So
they hide that information too. The Australoid and Paleolithic times as well.
But it's not hidden, because I know it. Like, I know that. I learned that in school. I went and read it in Christopher Columbus's journal. He'll tell you that. If you can easily go to the library, it's probably online now, people, and you can go and look at Christopher Columbus's journal, and he will tell you There are canoes here that I see in West Africa. There are plants here that I see in West Africa. These people look like West Africans. He's telling you that the West African has been here long before we've come here. They believe the West African was going back and forth to where we call North America for a long time. A long time. So it's not hidden, it's hidden because we don't know where to look. We not going to the library looking in Christopher Columbus's journal. Everybody who was on those ships, people, every captain of those slave ships kept a journal. They wrote down everything they did. So you can go and look up those journals. They're books. And you can go look them up and you can go read. They'll tell you in there because they don't realize that they didn't realize the magnitude of all this. So all the lying and covering up hadn't quite started yet because Christopher was because him saying that right there will let you know, okay, Africans and Native Americans have to be mixed then because the Native American was here, the African was here, so they were dating each other, and you can clearly, not dating, but they were mixing together.
Yeah, they were sleeping with each other. And Rick Kittles, what he does, because they don't explain the DNA aspect, because if we are to go by what they say Black American men are white. Technically on Y chromosome, and that they was raping the alleged African women, that they was hogging from the Bantu males. So whose vagina were the Bantu males sleeping with to make more slaves? I know, but we don't think about these things.
Things like that. So hold on, let's reel this right back in here now. Let's go back to these comments, y'all.
But one more thing before I let you go. We don't. What the problem is we don't make any media content to reinforce our way of thinking or our vision of history, because we send our money to these corporations like Rockstar for GTA 6, Spider-Man on PlayStation, Sony, but we send our people. Africans send their people. We send our people to colleges to learn AI, technology, VR, all this other stuff, but we don't utilize the stuff that we have to make these medias and our own economy flourish and surpass Asians or Europeans' economy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, y'all, let's get back to these comments real quick so we can get off of here. I don't know why they would be offended by you talking about this. If we watch Binta and Sisters International, even she said that they don't even have all the facts and the family wanted privacy. That's because they want to control who talks about the Gambia. The bad news bears, they want to control everything that has to do with the Gambia. So I don't pay them no attention, girl. How does a woman who was fit for work go home one night and pass away? She didn't have any I can't see that, y'all. Observable ailments because she was too fit. I can't see the rest. Okay, we don't know. That's why we need autopsies. That's why we need autopsies, because we don't know. We want to know, how does this happen, and why does it keep happening in the Gambia? Bad news bears. Yeah, that's what they are. The bad news bears of the Gambia. That's all they are. The bad news bears, y'all. That's their new game. That's their new name. Okay, y'all. The bad news bears. Thank you, NAKMEEZY. The heat and sun factor into the short lifespan, along with the Santa. She's right. Clean. Yes, right. All of that. I'm sorry, Rockabye Baby. I lost my brand new glasses, honey. I lost them. I can't get no more till a couple weeks. Okay, let's see. What's this one say? My dad said the exact same thing about Black women. Yeah, it is sad that you don't care. They don't care about us no more. They used to make love songs about us, honey. They be up all night singing about us. Shoot, not no more. People in cold climates live. Ooh, really? Ooh, I would hate the cold climate. Yuck. Kiki, you are thinking about Western women. Women are not women. Women are not. What did she say? Kiki, you are thinking about Western women. Read that, y'all. I can't see that one.
Kiki, are thinking about Western women. Women are not respected, protected, or valued, especially not in Islamic culture. I have to agree.
Now that's now for real. The way it's implemented, Islamic culture, where they do some of those killings, yes.
Yeah,
But
honor killings.
you really followed what that religion is about, it's not about that. It is not about that. People interpret religion to be what they want it to be, and that's when it go crazy, when man get a hold of it and he try to twist it and make it become what he wants it to believe. But if you study those holy books and read those holy books on how the religions, all of them are supposed to be, oh, they
Mhm.
beautiful, but they're not. When people get a hold of stuff, they just hijack it. They hijack
Yep.
it, and they just turn it upside down. And that's why I don't like organized religion, because it's not what God intended for it to be. It's what man made it into. I don't think God intended for organized religion anyway. I think it's what
That's
turned.
why I say. That's why I say. And NAKMEEZY probably would agree with me. Is them passport bros need to steer clear of like digging up foreign women because they're males in their own country. They probably could turn their honor killings on towards you, and you'll
Well,
be
it's literally
lynched or
happening now. It's
yeah.
literally happening now. What they do is they demonize the black woman for being outspoken,
Yeah.
for not taking people's crap, right? And I explained that there's black women that have been supporting a black man for the longest. They rap about it. They rap about, the women that held them down in prison. We see countless times where black women hold some of these black men down, and when they make it, they get a white woman. So the black woman has been loyal. So the violation came from the black man, and it didn't just start in America or in the West. It started in Africa
Mm-hmm.
with the Signares, with the daughters of the trade, with the God tribe, where African chiefs were gifting black women to European traders as comfort wives.
Yeah.
That's when it started. So the black woman has never been protected. You see,
Yeah.
so it's nothing new. It's just now everyone's paying attention to it, and black women ain't having it no more.
Right.
So when these so-called passport bros, they go to these third world countries and they're paying for play, they call it cooperation. So this is not cooperation. Just don't pay and see how much cooperation you get. Right? So now here's the thing. What they call submission and oh, they're in their femininity and blah blah blah, right? What they fail to realize is that the level of femicide in these Hispanic countries is off the charts.
It sure
Oh
is.
yes, it is.
Oh
You see
yeah, they
videos
don't want to talk
of
about the fact
mutilation
that these
and
women are being
decapitations.
right, that they're being deboned
Yeah.
into this so-called submission. And I say the black woman in America doesn't have to take your crap because while we've been BSing, they've been in school.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're making money.
Yeah.
They also have gun
True.
licenses. So they don't have to take your shit anymore. So come correct and respect our sisters. It's so hard. And I shake my head because like out here I'm in Europe, right? So I live in an area with a decent black population.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just see, and I forget the men, that women have this uncomfortability when a black man is approaching and it's just them on the street. It's tangible. You can cut it with a knife, and I can feel it because I'm the black man. I see the eyes darting to the left, darting to the right. Uh, I see everything, and I feel it. And I want to say, "How you doing, sis?" But our brothers, or not even our brothers, some black men have been accosting women verbally, sometimes physically, throwing 40 bottles at them, putting them under pressure. So human instinct is to adapt and to pick up on pattern and recognize the patterns and then practice self what do you call that, survival, you know what I'm saying, self-preservation. So when we were, and I'm like, damn, somebody done made this sister be scared of brothers, or at least wary. Because when sisters walk past a bunch of white dudes, if the white dudes even notice them, it ain't gonna be what they get when they walk around a bunch of brothers. And that those are the things that these brothers have to understand, is that the pressure that a lot of the black women feel is pressure that, number one, that we created from the continent, that we allowed in certain parts of America or in certain situations in America, and that we now perpetuate because we bully them, talking about their hair, the this, the that, and they're not feminine enough and they too tough. Look, oh, you're gonna have women that's gonna test your gangster, right? But most women choose a man that they respect and they will get behind and follow. So if your woman ain't respecting you, I'm asking you, homie, what about you? Does your woman not respect?
Okay.
I have one question before I leave because it's almost midnight here.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, for you, sis. You mentioned, no, you know what? I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go with you first. You mentioned Africans or black people being in America, right? And you said Christopher Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
You did also mention that Africans came to America, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's your stance. Tyrone, um, you mentioned someone by name who was doing translation. What was his name?
Estevanico.
Where was he born?
He was born in Morocco.
Okay,
As
so
what
that
they
would make him
say, what they got.
right. He probably was a Moor or something like that, an Arabized African.
Uh-huh.
My point with this is that while I have Native American ancestry, and I don't just do the DNA test, I actually went, and Tyrone and he actually helped me get the real name of the tribe or whatever, right?
Oh.
I don't
Yeah,
back it.
Aniyawiya.
Exactly. So he helped me. But I would say this: if my sister's saying that they came from Africa, you're confirming that another brother came from Africa. What we're doing is we're having Africans that have been traveling to the New World, to America, right? And then intermixing with Native Americans. So if we are the descendants of that and we have that admixture, then it would be just that. It doesn't make us Native Americans. It makes us having admixture of Native Americans.
Yeah,
I would
right.
have
These
to.
Native
I would have
Americans
to
of
interject
today.
also the
Wait,
Australoid
hold on, brother.
strand
Before you
too.
interject, let me finish, brother. A lot of these so-called tribes, they kicked their black members out. We
Yeah,
know
they
that
did.
there were
Yep.
alliances. There were alliances between, enslaved Africans and certain Indian tribes. I believe it's the Seminoles and some other places, outside of Florida. But that thing has been gone. So my thing is this: while we do have, some of us do have Native American admixture, it doesn't make us Native Americans, because when we go back to where the black man came from, and we know that Africans went to America prior to that, if they mix with the Native Americans, then it's admixture. And just because you are admixture doesn't make you a Native American. Just like I have white admixture and I ain't no damn cracker.
So, what would you have to say about the Australoids that were already in the land in Paleolithic times?
Wait a minute.
Because that
Wait a
wouldn't
minute. Oh,
make.
wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. That's gonna take us to a whole different
No,
conversation.
it's a
Facts.
quick thing. It's a quick summary, because when we have to use that out of Africa theory and the UV rays standpoint, the entire world was black at one time. And
Oh
if you're in the equator, which
yeah.
that's not just Africa, that's the entire world. So
Okay.
that would mean that there were black people already in the equator within the Americas that were of Negro phenotype. So that would make you uh, also an Aboriginal individual of the land. And they mix these people up within slavery, and they don't talk about that angle. They want to promote a Bajoning of the definition of indigenous or Aboriginal or Native, when we know for a fact within science that Mongols or Caucasians cannot be indigenous or Aboriginal or original man. They are mutants. You
Okay.
understand that, NAKMEEZY?
I understand your point and I respect you. When I asked you for the brother's name who was translating, you brought me to Africa. My
Yeah,
sister,
they
she
what
brought
they
me. She
mentioned
brought.
was they
Hold on, brother.
brought
Hold
in
on. Hold
Africans.
on.
Yeah,
All right, because you're a facts guy.
yes.
You're a documents guy. So I can ask you where I can get this document, and you can tell me, right? So if you're not speaking anything that I can check factually with a document, then I say we can pick this up on another show, or I'll see you
Mhm.
on Kaizo's channel, and then we can continue it there. But for now, you're my brother. We troll each other. You got thick skin. I love you. I love my sister. I love all my Black American people first.
Yes,
I'm in love
same
with the
here.
diaspora, and my relationship with continental Africans is complicated, but I still got love for them. So I'm out. Peace.
All right. Thank you for coming.
Nick, before you leave, yes, we do
All right.
love you too, and we can agree on some things, of course.
And
But
thank you.
yeah, we can pick this conversation up on another time.
All
All
right.
right,
Thank
brother.
So
you.
peace,
Peace.
peace.
All
Yeah.
right. Thank you so much for stopping by.
All right.
Okay, let's go through these comments real quick,
And
y'all.
I don't mean to hijack this show.
No,
I
you
just get excited, man.
conversation. No, you didn't hijack it. You added to the conversation. Thank you. It made it very interesting. Okay, we're gonna go through these comments and then we're gonna get off of here. Kiki, people in America use black arts against each other all the time. Yes, they do. That's why our grannies taught us about it. Oh, he didn't see. Somebody left him a. Hold on, I think she left him some money. Uh, okay, we were talking about that. Was I don't know. She wanted to know which one who was talking. Okay, y'all. Let me get y'all comments, and then I'm gonna let y'all off here. Thank you for the people who joined the show. Thank you so much. Our grannies taught us to what to avoid, and yeah, mine sure did. Mine did too. Thank you guys, Jim Kelly, for coming out. Thank you, NAKMEEZY, for coming out. Thank you. Oh, apparently, Angel. Thank you so much. And I'm so sorry to hear about your dear friend. But this show is just to let you know that your friend's life matter, and we're not going to stand silent while another black woman just passes away in Africa. What kind of black arts are used here? Hoodoo, voodoo, witchcraft, whatever them people can get their hands on, honey. But the ones that the African Americans created is called hoodoo. That's the one they do. Because they all got a spin. So you got to figure out what's the spin on it. You know, each religion puts their own little spin on it, each group. So the culture puts their spin on it, and we call it hoodoo. All right, let me see the other comments, y'all. I'm trying to hurry because we've been on here for a long time. I didn't mean to be on here this long, but, you know, we needed to say some things. Voodoo and hoodoo root work. Yep, that's exactly the ones we do. NAKMEEZY, do you still create content? Yes, he answered that. Oh, these are old, y'all. The Haitians are amongst the strongest spiritual people in the world. Where are we at now? Okay. These comments are hard to keep up with. Let me look at this one. Did we go to this one? And this one is about voodoo. When you participate in animism, voodoo, and that's not your culture, you will curse. You will listen, y'all. You will curse yourself because Black Americans are Christian culturally. If you partition, you don't understand. You will suffer. If you get involved with things that you do not know what you're doing, you can easily suffer. You can't just go and throw yourself into some kind of spiritual system that you don't know nothing about. That's going to mess you up. That's going to introduce you to things that you weren't ready for. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me on. Oh, you are so welcome. Thank you for coming on. Love songs turned into low vibration, honey. They sure, because it ain't no more love songs. Tyrone's loud mic is perfect for reading. Okay, Tyrone, next time we gonna have you read the comments, okay? Oh God, that was funny. Thank you, though, Tyrone, for coming on. Thank you. Everybody who came on, thank you so much. That was a nice way to honor Miss Ann. Tyrone's mic, Tyrone and his mic are excited. But that was good. Oh, thank you, Alexis. Yeah, so y'all, if we get more information, I will share the information. Y'all know if I get it, I'll share it. But I'm just glad her husband is going there, and her husband's going to take care of everything, and hopefully he'll be there in time where he can get some kind of autopsy or some kind of tox screen, because all that has got to be done on time. It's got to be done in a timely fashion, or the test will be no good. Let's read this one. Okay, we read that one. Okay, I just want to make sure I got all of them, y'all. Animism. What does this one say, Alexis? It's animism when you said that for hugging trees. That might be Wicca, because Wicca's more about nature and trees. It's animism when I think that's Wicca. This might be it, y'all. Tyrone, she said it's animism when you see them hugging trees. Oh, wait, here's one from Miss Lady. Hey, Miss Lady. Greetings, Kiki and chat. Why and why? Shaking. Yeah, I know. Just shared your video. I want to know what's happening in the Gambia. Yes, honey. Yes. Instead of asking me, what am I talking about? Go ask the embassy what's going on with them people dropping dead over there. I was going to give NAKMEEZY a video with a timestamp. Yeah, this is really sad. So that's what I wanted to just tell y'all that somebody else had passed away. He doesn't know NAKMEEZY that well. Calm down, Tyrone, with the excitement. Yeah. This was nice. NAKMEEZY for president. That was real sweet. So that's all I have, y'all. I just wanted to come on here and tell y'all what happened so we could talk about it, because like I said, when I found that, I was just so upset. I just really started shaking because I just couldn't believe that it happened again, that it really happened again. So all we can do is pray, and that something will be done, because what can we do? All we can do is keep talking about it, bringing light to the situation is what we're doing, sharing the information, which that is a lot, to share the information. What does it say? I know Native American sculptures that looks like NAKMEEZY. Yep, I could already. Yep, tell. Yep, he was from the ethnic group. Yep, she's right, because I told you can read it. If you go read those books, you'll see. Go back and read his journals. Oh my God, I was just like, so people know this. I was asking my professor, so people know this. He's like, yes, people know this. People have known that Africans have been in America way before you have to study pre-Columbian history. That's what you got to study to find it. And when you see it, and you can find it, and you can just read it for yourself. So that I learned a lot of interesting things tonight. And that's really all I got, y'all. Let's just pray for her family, pray for her husband. I pray he finds peace. I pray for her friends. I just pray, whatever's going on in Gambia gets revealed and stopped. All right, y'all. That's all I have for y'all. I love y'all, and I will see y'all later.